Hello and welcome back to the Brew Interviews, the only podcast with viewership that's kind of like the final round of a limbo competition. Very low. I am Robbie, and joining me as always via the internet is my best friend Lauren. It is episode 64, and this week we have a very special guest. He is the owner, operator, and founder of Pipe Dream Brewing in the wonderful state of New Hampshire. With us tonight, Mr. Jon Young. This week on the Brew Interviews.
The Brew Interviews, coast to coast, brews, faves, and more with Lauren and Robbie.
This episode of the Brew Reviews is sponsored by Tavour, the craft beer delivery service that brings quality brews right to your door, but you'll hear more about them later on in the show. For now, Lauren, how you been?
Well, Robbie, I've been fucking fantastic. Mainly because I've been sitting at Pipe Dreams for the last few minutes drinking beer. And that's always a good time. So.
It is a good time. There's a few people around you right now.
I know, we
curious.
have a few of them, actually. I'll let them introduce themselves, just on bad introductions, but I guess I'll be polite and ask you how you're doing. Or...
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. Just woke up, so I love pounding a bunch of beer and whiskey right before an interview.
It's breakfast. It's like a breakfast beer at night.
It is a breakfast beer at night.
I don't think I've seen him drink anything yet.
He did
just for the
He
record.
had a shot.
Just for the record.
He did have shots
He
before.
did have a shot.
You saw the one shot before.
No, I didn't even see the shot. You should probably do that again.
It was water.
No, I didn't see it.
I gotta walk too far for that whiskey. So you might have heard that first voice. That is Jon, owner, operator of a very fantastic brewery. I've only been there once, unfortunately, so I haven't had a whole chance to experience it all, but
But at least we
How
were
you
smart
doing?
enough to bring you here.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
appreciate that, man. Thank you. You guys came here for my 2-year anniversary, right?
So it
You
was
guys
too?
talked about
Okay.
that earlier. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
we're
was-
3.5 years now, having a lot of fun. Some crazy stuff going on. I'm the luckiest man alive. What can I say? I mean, I
Yeah.
own and operate a brewery. It's a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream. I never thought it would happen. That's for sure.
And here it is.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
here it is. Yes.
You know what's weird? The first time I was at Pipe Dream, I don't think I had ever gone inside. I still have never been inside, I don't think.
Unless you went to the bathroom.
No, I
You're
don't think
gonna
I
hold
did.
your
I used the porta
He was
potty.
probably
I
peeing
used the porta
outside.
potty.
Yeah, he was peeing outside.
We literally just walked over the fence area into a
Yeah.
picnic table because we wanted to get a good spot.
Hey, it's okay. I mean, a lot of people sign our picnic tables and they're like, "Oh yeah, I got pregnant here," or my name, or something.
Wait, that's
crazy.
a
I
thing?
got pregnant here.
Nope. Yep.
Right on this table.
There's multiple signatures on our picnic tables that I got pregnant here. It's weird, but
Like at the table or at the brewery?
I would like to think that they propped them on the table, but
That's
I
good.
don't know. If I was to do it, I'd prop them on the table. That's what I would do. But
That's a nice busy road right there too, so.
I mean, if you...
it could be dark out though. It could be dark.
It was all daytime when I was there.
Yeah, but
Nothing like drinking a bunch of beer during the daytime.
That's the best part.
day drinking's the best.
It was. I never got to eat there either. I just noticed
You
that
never
too.
fucking ate any food. The food here is awesome.
We were just drinking the whole entire time, busy playing cornhole, and
Oh, that's probably why we had to be driven home.
it was. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot about the middle of that day.
No.
No, but what I do remember
Usually
is one of the beers that you guys had was a strawberry blonde
Oh
ale.
yeah, strawberry blonde. Yep. You
Hey,
came
is
to
that
the 3-year anniversary then.
Yeah.
Is it 3?
It was like this
Three-year
past
anniversary.
June or something like that.
Yeah, so
I
you
thought
came
I
to
had
the
seen
3-year.
you before.
Really?
Because I worked that event. That was the
Yeah.
last Saturday that I
Yeah, if
worked.
you had the
as a
strawberry
full-time
blonde.
employee.
Strawberry blonde came out pretty
Because
recently.
I thought
so.
that this
Oh
guy...
yeah.
The 3-year was good. I mean, I thought my favorite so far has been the 2-year anniversary. Not because of anything specifically. It was just the weather was perfect. Everything kind of just worked out really well on my side, on the brewing side of everything. Everything worked out on that side. I'm not just the owner. I brew, I package. The whole process is ran through me and my assistant brewer and multiple other people. But it was stressful because I wanted to have 35 beers on tap for
Yeah.
that's my goal. I always try to hit 35 on big anniversary days, and we usually rotate like crazy. We're always doing different type of beers, but any given time you come into Pipe Dream, there's always 16 beers on tap. We have a coffee, a local coffee roaster on here. We have Nitro Coffee, and we do a cider, and we have wine. But yeah, we're always trying to do something crazy and fun, from cool ships, sours to just random ass stouts. Reminds me of my childhood. I used to eat snickerdoodle cookies all the time, so I wanted to make a snickerdoodle stout. And of course, it's 10% alcohol because I like alcohol now. And
Oh yeah.
That's the best part about beer.
that's what we do here at Pipe Dream. We're just trying to be different. There's so much good beer out there. So much good beer out
Oh,
there.
for sure.
I mean, just around us locally, not to mention, everywhere else, but it's just, I'm trying to be different. And my different is that, craziness. We don't care. Like, we're going to do anything. I'm going to put cereal in my beer. I'm going to put, anything I can find and just throw it in. Rosemary. Sure, I'm going to throw some rosemary in my Saison.
I've had one of those before.
It's just fun. It's fun. And if you're not
Yeah.
having fun, then fuck you.
That's what I say.
That's like our motto out here.
I just want to have fun. I want you to enjoy it and be something crazy. And when you walk in, you look at the board and you say, that it has Fruity Pebbles in the beer, and then you get that reaction. That's what I want. I want that reaction. That's what I want.
Do you actually have that Fruity Pebble beer?
We do.
I'm drinking it right now.
Oh, okay.
Adult Nuggets. It's a double
Adult-
IPA infused with Fruity Pebble cereal. And
Oh, damn.
it has a lot of vanilla in it, and it tastes like fucking Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
It really actually does. And I don't always necessarily describe this as Fruity Pebbles. For me personally, it tastes like the marshmallows in Lucky Charms. Mostly because I wasn't allowed to eat Fruity Pebbles when I was a kid. But
But you can eat
Well, you
Lucky
can eat
Charms?
the Lucky Charms
I was
marshmallow.
allowed
Yeah.
to eat Lucky Charms, but not Fruity Pebbles.
There's still Fruity Pebble cereal boxes that I have laying
literally
around.
behind
from
it.
doing it.
Cinnamon
Yeah.
Toast Crunch also.
Yeah, well, that was from the stout that we just did. Yeah, we did a stout with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh,
And,
wow.
We
Oh,
infused
damn.
that into it. And, we get a lot of shit for it, but a lot of people kind of give us a hard time. Oh, you're putting cereal and beer. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just having fun. Like,
People have been doing that lately,
Yeah,
too, so
why
it's not like
not?
it's new.
Just having
I mean, it's
fun.
like, it's just like fun thing to do. Might as well, right?
Hey,
Fuck it.
People like it.
And that's
Yeah.
that's actually one of the things that I love about Pipe Dream is that a lot of breweries you go into now, it's like 17 IPAs and like maybe a stout or like maybe like a wheat beer, but like you come in here and you have what, like 15, 12 beers on the board, and they're basically like all different styles.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we have all kinds of different stuff. I mean, we understand here at Pipe Dream that there's a diversity. Not everyone's going to want a stout. There's people that come in here that want a blonde ale. And the beer that I hate to brew the most is the Bitch and Blonde.
Oh, that checks one of my questions.
But that's like one of our most popular beers in the sense of the guy that loves the triple IPAs isn't going to get 2 triple IPAs. He's going to get one of the triple IPA and then get Bitch and Blonde because he wants to keep
something lighter.
drink, but he wants something light.
Unless
Yeah.
you're me, and then you get 14 triple IPAs.
Well, you have a designated driver from
Yes, of course. All the time.
Pipe Dream would not overserve you by any means.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Pay attention to that stuff. Oh yeah. Oh no. We are New Hampshire certified here. at Pipe Dream.
Yeah. I'm a little ashamed. I didn't get I maybe tried, 4 beers that day at the 3-year anniversary. The rest of the time, I was just downing those strawberry blondes or whatever it was because it was so hot out, and I was just like, this is perfect.
They're like
Like-
perfect, like hot weather beers.
Oh, yeah. That was an amazing beer. I did enjoy that quite a bit.
We try to have a real like West Coast feel here. I mean, that's
Yeah.
where I started. That's where I started brewing on the West Coast as a home brewer, and I just fell in love with the West Coast style. And
Yeah.
to me, that West Coast style is that piney style, but also that light, refreshing beer. And
Yeah.
when we were looking to open Pipe Dream, nobody was. I mean, there was people doing it, but I just felt like I could do it a little differently. Not better, just differently. And that's what we did here. We're doing a rotating tap, fun stuff, different stuff, light stuff, the heavy stuff. But I want people to come here and vibe out and relax and enjoy the experience, not just the beer, but the experience of meeting new people and listening to live music and just enjoying life and trying not to be stressed out. I mean, Pipe Dream takes you away from that stress in life. Like, you walk
Yeah.
through my door, you pull into our parking lot, and it's a giant warehouse. And you're like, what the fuck am I walking into? But as soon as you walk through that door, it brings you to the West Coast. And there's just reggae's bumping, and there's, 405 signs everywhere, and it's just fun. It's just fun.
Working
Are you
supply
from New
side,
Hampshire?
get a lot of that.
I am. I'm born and raised in New Hampshire.
Where
You
from
are?
New Hampshire are you from?
I was born in Derry, New Hampshire, but I grew up in Kingston, New Hampshire.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I live in Derry right now.
Right on. I live in Londonderry now, which
We're basically neighbors.
Yep.
Well, he
Basically
lives at the
neighbors.
brewery, so it doesn't count. It's just like in the
Some
back.
days.
I do spend a lot of time here, but I am doing my best to get a little bit further away lately. It's not as easy as it sounds, but
No.
I'm slowly working my way out.
You have a hard time delegating.
I have a hard,
You have a real hard time
I have a
delegating.
hard time delegating. It's my baby, you know. It's
Yeah, of
I got my
course.
whole heart and soul into this place, and
This is in your wallet, unfortunately, but it's like it's your business. This is yours.
yes, there's it's my wallet and my business partner. There's two wallets involved into this.
Yep.
It's not just me. Someone saw a vision in me that I thought I had, but I didn't know, and it took him to really bring it out.
Mhm.
4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, it's crazy to think that we're that old. And it's nuts what we've turned into. We started with a 65-gallon system, and now we're on a 550-gallon system, and we grew quick. We grew a little
Oh,
too
yeah.
fast, in my eyes, a little too fast. I couldn't keep up with production. And then all of a sudden we jumped up to a 550-gallon system, and I was super stressed because, again, I have no commercial experience. I was just a home brewer. I was brewing 15 gallons at a time in my fucking kitchen.
Jesus.
And I went from 65 gallons brewing to the public, which brewing to the public and brewing for your friends are two different things. And people just loved it. They loved it, and I'm the luckiest man alive. It's as simple as that. I am the luckiest man alive, and Pipe Dream has turned into not me anymore. It's not me that makes Pipe Dream. It's everybody who works here who makes Pipe Dream. I have a fucking awesome bar manager, Frank. He's my uncle. Family. He is awesome. I don't know what I'd do without him. I have a great, amazing assistant brewer.
There he
Curtis,
is.
he actually just walked in the room. I don't
Drinking
know
a beer.
I don't know what I would do without him. I have an amazing staff when it comes to my bar guys, kitchen staff. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, we have 6 or 7 full-time employees now, 15 part-time employees, give or take. It's amazing what we've turned into, and my face isn't out front like it used to be when we first opened. Their faces are up front now, and it stresses me out, but at the same time, it's amazing. It really is
Yeah.
amazing. It really is amazing.
It can be a good stress, though. I mean, look what you've
Yeah.
created. To be fair,
I wish I could look at it that way, but every Wednesday I'm like, oh god, I hope people show up. Like that's I still have that.
You still have that?
I still have every day, man.
Wow.
Every Wednesday. Oh, I hope we have a good week. I hope people come in and enjoy the experience and enjoy the beer.
yeah. We spoke with the owners of Branch and Blade a while back,
Oh,
and they
right
kind of
on.
like
Yeah.
they took us
Jesse's
through
an
like
awesome dude, man.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
both great. They took us through like the steps of owning and running a brewery, and they were just, I mean, I wouldn't say complained, but they, you know what I mean? It's a lot going on. And I think
They
at
had
the
an
end of it,
interesting start though. They had a
Oh,
very
yeah.
very interesting start.
Yeah.
A lot of shady shit, but they're good dudes and they make some fucking killer beer.
They make
oh yeah,
Killer beer.
yeah, one of our favorites. Yeah, but at the end we asked them, we're like, so do you recommend it? Like opening up a brewery, starting beer? And they said, no, don't do it.
They're like, it's fucking hard work.
Oh, I'm like getting stressed out listening.
I have to disagree with them. I mean, no matter
Yeah.
all the stress, no matter all the bullshit, I have created so many amazing relationships with people that I've met so many new people that I would never have met if I didn't open a brewery. So
Sure.
I think it's the best thing I ever did. I would never do anything differently. I love owning a brewery. I love it. It's so fun.
So you said you started brewing back when you were in California, right?
That's correct.
Like your homebrew stuff, anyway.
Yeah,
You were a Marine,
I was. Yeah.
you see?
I
Okay,
still
so
am.
let me ask
always
this.
a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Not like
Always
not
Marine,
like,
that's
not
true,
like other
that's true.
branches. Not like other branches.
Listen, so where is the Crayola crayon flavored beer? That's all I'm worried about. I haven't seen it yet.
Crayon. What?
Crayon.
Probably called me crazy.
Are you giving me a hard time right now?
But maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Oh shit!
You know what I should do?
shit.
You know what I should do is I should make a chair force beer. That's what I should do.
Oh, it would be delicious. It would be delicious.
I bet it would taste real lazy.
I love
That
the
it would.
shades. So
There's no coasties here, so we can't make fun of anybody else.
Well, I don't know. It's Coasties are one step up, so it's cool.
Oh,
Oh, he's hurting.
oh my heart. That hurt my heart a little bit. Nah. That's the one good thing about the military is everybody can just shit on each other and nobody really gives a shit.
Yeah,
in the
it's
end.
all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
Thank you for serving this country. That's all I give
Yeah,
a
appreciate
shit
it.
about,
Likewise. Yeah.
man. What would you do if it wasn't for everybody who took care of this country? I mean, where would we be? You know, you have no idea.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Veterans Day is coming up, right? It's at the
Monday. It's Monday,
Monday?
so it'll be the
Yes.
Monday before this comes out.
Yeah. I just won't come out for another 2 weeks, week and a half, something like that. I don't know the days anymore, man. It's I'm night
This will
shift
come out next Sunday.
next Sunday.
It's all good.
So happy late Veterans Day.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
Appreciate it. So before we kind
I
of
wasn't
dive
talking to
deep
you. I
in,
was talking to everybody else.
oh, everybody else. True. We're just gonna talk about the beers that we're drinking real quick.
Ah, yes.
So, and I know you guys have a lot going on over there. So if you want to do 1, 2, 3, whatever, go for it.
All right. Well, we have about 14 beers on this table right now.
15.
All right, 15 beers. I was fucking close. You're not even drinking anything right now.
I finished mine because you can't keep up.
Excuse me. I've had like 3 of these tasters. I have a full beer in front of me. So
All I hear is
Plus,
excuses.
you said about 14.
All I hear is
yeah.
excuses.
All right. Well, what are you drinking right now?
Right now, I have the pumpkin ale. And, tis the season around here in New England, so my pumpkin, what I made, everything that's on the market right now is too sweet for my palate, and I wanted something that was more strictly pumpkin and not sweet. So we took our almost like an amber style ale, and I dumped 450 pounds of straight pumpkin into the boil.
Nice.
And our one batch has 900 pounds of pumpkin in it, and it's an awesome beer. I mean, it's nice and smooth, easy drinking, not too sweet by any means. We put some spices inside of it also on the Whirlpool side, but yeah, it's a yummy beer. Crushable. It'll sneak up on you. I mean, we are known for our alcohol here at Pipe Dream. I believe in alcohol. I don't want to drink a beer without alcohol in it. So it's yummy beer. Yeah, that's what I'm sipping on.
Nice.
And we
What
actually,
you, Lauren?
well, we actually talked about our pumpkin beers in our pumpkin beer episode. That we really appreciate when they're not too sweet. Because,
Oh, yeah.
So I
Just
also
gives you a headache.
I mean, I'll take a sip. That's fine. I actually had the French toast pumpkin beer that you
Oh,
had,
yeah.
and that is fucking delicious.
So that's our pumpkin base, and then we put cinnamon toast crunch cereal in it.
It literally tastes like cinnamon toast crunch with pumpkin in it. It's awesome.
Well, that's what it is. You just said.
I know, but, it tastes, but sometimes you,
Nailed it.
but sometimes you have beers and they give you a description of it, and you taste it, and you're like, that's
No.
not like quite what it is, but
That's
that
a
is
pet peeve of mine.
literally what it tastes
That's
like.
a pet peeve of mine. That's such a pet peeve of mine. Like sometimes you'll get a beer and it's like I put pepper and lemon and like I don't know rosemary in it, and then you drink it and you're like,
I don't get any of those.
I
flavors.
maybe taste vanilla, right? Maybe I taste
Yeah.
lemon. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a connoisseur by any means. Like my palate is what I like and what I don't like. But some of them, they're like it's just graham cracker and lactose and like I'm just like I don't taste any of that. It tastes
No, no pretentious beer terms.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I try my hardest. If I put any kind of description on a beer, it's gonna taste like that beer. It's gonna taste like
Good.
And as a beer consumer, I really appreciate that because I fucking hate when I get a beer and I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna taste just like this, and it tastes nothing like what it says it's gonna taste like.
I can understand that.
Well, so I'm drinking the adult nugget because I fucking love this beer. It has fruity pebbles in it.
It has fruity
and
pebbles in it. Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what's in it.
Yeah, no, it's
Fruity pebbles and deliciousness.
it is triple dry hopped with fruity pebbles, and it's yeah. I mean that's you got it 8%, and it goes down easy, and it's not crazy. It's not like super heavy. It's pretty light. It's not quite a New England style. I'd say it's more of a West Coast style. I mean, I like it. I mean, you're gonna get a little bit of vanilla. I taste a little bit of vanilla on it. The back end is all fruity pebbles. Like the lingering taste in your mouth is gonna be fruity pebbles.
It tastes like if you drank like cereal milk. Like
Yes,
you just ate
yes.
a bowl of cereal and you drank the milk.
Yeah.
That's the aftertaste.
Go get yourself a box of Fruity Pebbles, fucking
what I
eat
always-
it, and then drink the milk. That's what this beer tastes
You
like.
dump it in your Budweiser and you stir it around.
The only reason I made that
But you
beer
won't
is
get drunk
because-
if you do that.
Oh yeah, so don't do that. Come to Pipe Dream and drink this fucking beer.
Oh, it reminds me of my childhood. You know, like I used to eat Fruity Pebbles as a kid. When I was at the beach, I was allowed to have bad cereal, and I would always pick Fruity Pebbles. So I was like, fuck it, let's make a beer with Fruity Pebbles. Like, you know, like, my mom's not going to yell at me now.
I'm an adult, bitch. I do what I want.
I don't know, my mom yells at me. So.
What about you, Robbie? What are you drinking?
Well, I decided to go with a New England beer. I feel like I had to. So I am drinking Dynamic Convergence from Burlington Beer Company.
Ooh, I gave you that one.
You did.
BBC
Double
is
fruited.
awesome,
I
man.
love.
Oh, yeah.
BBC is awesome.
This is a double fruited Gosa with kumquat. And this is the hardest can to read ever.
I know. Well,
It's
the
like-
other one, they have a couple different like versions of that can art. So I sent
Yeah.
you the one that was most readable.
What
can't
do you
take a
think of
picture
the
of this
Gozas
shit.
there? What do you think of the Gozas there?
I think this is like the third one I've had from them over the past few years. This one's kind of a little lackluster. It's not as fruity as I would have liked, but
It was
all
better
the other
fresh,
stuff I've
I
had is
promise.
great. Yeah, I think the last one I had was like a key lime, kumquat, and mango or some shit a few years back, and that was amazing. But this is not bad. It's good, but I don't think I'd buy this one again.
Well, good thing that you don't have to.
Yeah, that I can't. I can know that I want to. I can't. Yeah, but it's not bad.
All right. Well, since we just talked about beers, you kind of hit on some topics that I had questions about. But so you've already mentioned the beer that you like brewing the least.
Yeah.
So first off, what made you want to start brewing, and what beer do you enjoy brewing the most?
I would say
What made me start brewing was, I joined the Marine Corps as a young kid. I went from drinking Natty Ice to be engulfed in this. When I joined the Marine Corps, I got stationed in California, and I was just engulfed in this like beer mecca in 2007, and I had no idea what craft beer was. And just went to a local place like to have a beer, and I was like, I don't know what to get. Like, just pick something for me, and I had it. I was like, oh wow, that's crazy, that's good. And then I started, tasting some of the random beers around there. There's breweries everywhere, even in 2007.
Mhm.
And I enjoyed it. And it was good. Everything was great. And I just started to fall in love with the craft beer of the style of craft beer in general.
And me and my boy went out and we were like, okay, let's go buy some beer. We'll go back to our house and just have a good time. And I think I spent like $300 on beer, and I was like, fuck, what the fuck did I do? I could go and buy Natty Ice for like, $17 and have 30 beers and have a great time. Like, what the hell's going on?
You fell into the
Yeah.
same trap we all fucking
Oh
fall
my
into.
god!
And so I looked at my buddy and I was like, we can save money. Let's just make this. Like, let's just start making it. I just was thinking outside the box, and by no means did I save money, because I went out and I bought all this equipment, and I bought, and I started cloning recipes. Like, just, I did extracts at first, like, and I fell in love with like brewing, like the aspect of brewing, and then sampling the beer or drinking the beer that you made. I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and it just slowly grew. Like my passion for it, and then really my true passion is not necessarily brewing it, is creating the recipe. I love making recipes. I love just sitting down and like doing different grain profiles and different hop profiles. Like, I love that aspect of it. Now I enjoy the brewing aspect of it too, and the final product, of course. But my favorite part is just making the recipe. So I went from cloning recipes to like slowly building my own. And the first recipe I ever made was the West to East IPA that we now serve here at Pipe Dream. And it was my take on like a West Coast style and an East Coast style, because that's where I grew up and where I was born. And I kind of slammed it together, and you get that piney of the West Coast. You get a little bit of juicy malty from the East Coast, because at the time when I was doing it, East Coast beer was more malty. It wasn't juicy. And now that the New England IPA came out, and it's totally different now. But
Yeah, totally.
when I was doing it, it made sense, and it was. I started making recipes. I just slowly started making. The next one after that was the peanut butter chocolate stout. I made that one next, and then it just kind of grew from that. And that's what really grabbed me and took me towards the brewing industry. By no means did I ever think that I was going to open a brewery. God no. I mean,
I just did it for fun. I did it for my friends. I did it for parties. Like it was just fun. It was a hobby. A simple hobby. The Marine Corps was awesome. I got out of the Marine Corps. I moved back to the East Coast, and I was a federal correctional officer for a while. I hated my life. I wanted to get out, and I put my 2 weeks in, and then it was like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? Yeah, so I put an LLC in Concord, New Hampshire, to put to brew together, and here we are, 4 years later, give or take, and I'm running and operating a brewery that is extremely successful. I'm very, very lucky, living the dream. But yeah, what was the second part of that question?
Which beer?
Favorite beer to brew?
Damn. Yeah.
Favorite beer to brew.
What's your favorite beer to brew, and what's your favorite style to drink?
My favorite style to drink is sours. My favorite beer to brew is, like Tom Brady would say, it's the next beer that I'm gonna make. No, I'm just kidding.
Good answer.
Cheesy.
My favorite beer to make is probably like the crazy stuff that we do. When we do cool ships, I love doing cool ships. When we age it, we ferment beer in barrels. I love doing stuff like that. I love doing the cereal-based beers. The Mexican chocolate stout that we did was so much fun. We put so much Mexican chocolate stout in it, or chocolates in it. I love doing the crazy stuff. When I say the Bitch and Blonde is my least favorite, I just feel like that is just so plain. Like there's no fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm just brewing a blonde ale.
There's no creativity that you can throw in.
It's not. Anybody can do it. Anyone can make that. Anyone can do it. In my mind, I want to do something crazy and different, and that's what Pipe Dream's known for. Just being stupid, just doing some stupid stuff.
Stupid in the best way.
Yeah.
But if any brewer that went to school for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They would look at my recipe and be like, "That doesn't make any sense." But yet we put it on tap and it just flies.
It works.
People love it. People want something crazy. That's what they want, right?
That's
now.
because your creativity shows in your drink, and you can tell that a lot of thought and love went into this beer.
I have my whole heart and soul in this place. I'm trying my hardest. I really am.
Yeah,
we all are.
You kind of have to be different now, because like you said earlier, there is so much good beer. If you're not
Yes.
different, there's no way you're going to stand out. At least not in a bigger market, anyway. I would think.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it's funny that you say that you like sours, because there's another podcast that we're kind of friends with out on the West Coast called Wreck My Podcast, and the host of that, Jordan, is not a big sours fan. So I sent him the chocolate covered, the pop that chocolate covered cherry.
Oh, nice.
And he was like, I might be converted.
All
So-
right. All right.
So that was his segue into liking
Yeah.
sours.
It's so funny. We actually have that sitting. The Pop That Chocolate Covered Cherry is going to be coming out sooner than later. And
Oh, nice.
we have the Funkin' Sour Stout coming out, too. And no, the Sour Stouts it's a niche. It's definitely
It's
a niche.
they're
It's a
so
niche.
weird, but
It's a
they're
niche.
so good.
It's a niche, but we pride ourselves on that niche. We take the risk on that spend the money on that type of beer, aging that type of beer, and then give it out to the public. And when it comes down to it, we just took a risk, and we got lucky. It's working really well for us. At the beginning, it was really tough because the sours weren't quite here on the East Coast. Of course, there's breweries that do sours around here, but look at Allagash. Allagash is putting out some freaking amazing sours. But
Yeah, I just had one of their sours on the show a few weeks ago.
I love sours, man. My passion is sours because as a brewer, there's so much to it. There's
Yeah.
so many variables. You can never, if you do a true cool ship sour, you can never really get it the exact same every single time. And
Which is
I
the
fucking
coolest
love
part about
it.
sours.
I love it. Yeah, and I love that.
I'm a big fan. Big fan of sours.
Awesome.
That's what I'm most excited to try when I go to a new brewery is sours, because I feel like they differ so much.
Yeah.
You have the stout, you have the IPA. It's that's cool. I want to try it, but when you try a new sour, you're like, oh shit,
Yeah,
this
I
is
feel like
amazing.
if you can nail a sour, you're gonna nail the rest.
Yeah.
Of these.
I don't know about that. That's not true. I feel like it's always all over the place. When you go from sours that are just random Brettanomyces yeast going to be fermenting that beer. It's a straight 001 from White Labs. You have to control that. You have to be careful. We're constantly cleaning and sanitizing our whole brewery because I'm super nervous about getting something contaminated. And so it's just you really got to take your time with it. You really got to be careful what you do with that yeast because it can create damage.
All right. Well, let's take a beer break,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
we'll be right back.
Cool.
All right, beer break. Go.
Today's episode is sponsored by Tavour. If you don't know, Tavour is a craft beer delivery service that ships specialty beers right to your door. With Tavour, you don't need to bother with black market beer trades or scouring the store shelves for new and exciting product. With this app, you can browse through tons of specialty craft beer that you would not normally be able to find in your immediate area. And you know Tavour is great because they only work with independent breweries, which means you get only the best that the beer world has to offer. And how easy is all of this? All you have to do is download the app on your phone, create an account, browse through and select all the beers that you desire, and add them to your monthly delivery. And guess what? It doesn't matter if you order 1 beer or 300, Tavour will ship out your monthly beer crate for the flat rate of $14.99. Tavour also shares 2 new beers on the app every day, so there's always something new to try. So we're asking you, as fans of beer, download the Tavour app now. That's Tavour, spelled T-A-V-O-U-R, and get delicious craft beer of your choosing delivered to your door each month. Thank you, Tavour, for sponsoring this episode of the Brew Interviews. And be sure to pay attention to our Instagram, because we will be giving away 4 $25 gift cards towards your order on Tavour. Just follow the instructions in the post, and we will randomly select a winner. And to go with the 4 gift cards, Tavour has also given us our very own promo code. So if you are a new Tavour member, use the promo code BREWINTERVIEWS for $10 credit when you spend at least $25 on your first crate. That's promo code BREWINTERVIEWS for $10 credit. Cheers, everyone. Now back to the show. And we are back from our beer break with some totally brand new beers. I think I'm going to go first and rate my last beer that we had. I drank Dynamic Convergence from Burlington Beer Company. It's a Gosa with kumquats. It's not bad. Not the best Gosa I've had from them, but I would probably give it like a 2.75.
All right. You were
Nothing
drinking coffee
special.
beer.
They have
What
better
would you
for
rate?
sure.
Yes, so we're rating it out of 5, correct?
Yes,
All
rating it out of 5.
I'll do a 3.9. The reason I'm going to give it a 3.9 is because I feel like it's lacking a little bit of oats. The carbonation was a little bit low on this batch for my liking. It's just the simple things that we need to fix here at Pipe Dream. Just little things like that. I just want it to be perfect, and in my opinion, it was a little bit lacking in those departments. And the reason I say the oats is just because I want a little bit more head retention. And the carbonation will help with that, but maybe add another 50 pounds to the batch of oats to really give us that body and that mouthfeel a little bit more, just a little bit more. I mean, the beer was fantastic. I really like it. It's my favorite pumpkin because you get more pumpkin and you get spice, which is what I like. But in my opinion, it's nothing's ever perfect in my opinion here. So I'm just trying to make it better and better every time we make it.
Nice.
All right, so I'm drinking the Adult Nugget. I fucking love this beer because it tastes like cereal in a beer, and who doesn't love that? And I honestly have recommended it to every single person that I've talked about beer with since I had it the first time, and I would rate this beer probably a solid 4.
You were very nonchalant about rating somebody's beer right in front of their face.
Yeah, well, I don't mind being nonchalant.
Yeah, but last time we rated the beers in front of the brewer's face, like we were super nervous about it. We're like, so...
It's like, this beer's great!
I'm not offended by any means. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
well, this beer is fucking awesome, and I don't have any qualms with it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit talkers out there. It's all good. I'm used to it now.
I mean, if I didn't like the beer, I'd tell
we
you.
have plenty of people here that talk shit, so it's good. It's good.
Oh, yeah, they're just waiting. They're just waiting till this is over. Yeah.
Shit talking makes me make better beer. It's as simple as that. I try harder to make better beer when people talk shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Criticism is like the best way to
Oh.
develop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's what thrives me.
So if I come
Exactly.
in and tell you that all of your beer is shit, well, you just like.
I will try to do better. It's true.
He's like, puts
You ain't drinking there no more.
Outside, he's like,
I'll
this
tell you
bitch
what,
isn't
every
out here
Wednesday,
anymore.
every Wednesday since I've opened Pipe Dream Brewing, every Wednesday, I have the most anxiety of my life. Because Wednesday is the first day we're open during the week. I'm scared shitless that people aren't going to come to Pipe Dream to drink beer.
Is there a reason that
Every
you're not
Wednesday.
open Monday and Tuesday?
Because
You need a fucking break?
I like to think that everyone's not alcoholics. I don't know. No, it's
Speak for
we're
yourself.
working. We're working. It's just I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of people that drink on Monday, Tuesdays. That's why. I guess that's not enough to open. I guess
Not enough to run a place.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things coming our way. Like we're looking to open a coffee house.
Oh, really?
So yeah, that's like the next like kind of thing that we're doing here at Pipe Dream. I want to open a coffee house right here in Pipe Dream. Basically, our event room will be in a coffee house, and that's something that I'm just trying to.
Nice.
I'm the type of person that just wants to keep going. I want what's next. What's next? Okay, we open a brewery. This is great. And I love life. This is fantastic. But I'm not going to just sit still. I want the next best thing. And there's no good coffee right in my general area. There's great coffee right down the street in Derry, but there's not really great coffee in Londonderry. So I want to link up with somebody in Manchester, Hometown Coffee, shout out. He's got great freaking coffee. And I want to bring him in, and I want to open a coffee house with him. And that's what we're pushing towards right now. We're working on it. Hopefully the next 2 or 3 months we'll be opening it. We're going to be doing Bloody Marys and mimosas too.
Fuck yes. I love Bloody Marys.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Got to get those basic bitches in there.
Since we're in the spirit of giving shout outs, though, I'd like to give a shout out to one of the guys that provides food here at Pipe Dream Brewing. It's a barbecue place that we've been busting his balls for a minute. We give him a hard time. Like, he's got to open a spot. We love his food. I mean, his ribs and his chicken wings suck, but everything else is really, really good. His pulled pork and some of the other stuff. But no, in all seriousness, no, his ribs and his chicken wings are fantastic, and we sell the Jesus out of him here. And he's a good friend of mine, not just because I like him. His food is actually fucking good, and it's impressive what he's doing without an actual restaurant. And I just want to help get him the balls to get out there and actually do it.
Light a fire in his arse.
He's a master electrician at heart. So it's a little different. He's working hard. He's working hard doing what he's doing over there, but in the electrical world. But his food is fantastic. And Missy, Mike, take it away. Let's hear what you got to say.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
What
Robbie,
an introduction.
Wow.
Holy shit. Damn. Somebody's kissing your ass, though. That's what it sounds like. I'm just saying. Somebody wants free ribs. Yeah.
Yes, we've been supplying food for Pipe Dream. We supply their anniversaries. We do private dinners for them, so we've done like private dinners for members that include like mashed potatoes with like brisket au jus over the mashed potatoes, beef short ribs, smoked beef short ribs, and then like always a dessert, whether it's like banana cream pie or smoked strawberry shortcake. Instead of using shortbread, you use cornbread.
Literally, I don't know if you know this or not. Obviously, I don't because we just met tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I'll make chili just because I'm craving cornbread. I fucking love cornbread.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, this
Because it
weekend
goes
we're having
very
a
well
chili
with
cook-off, and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to make chili.
Yeah.
Because somebody will bring cornbread.
Yeah, so we're trying to find a spot in Derry, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were supposed to go next to, we thought we were going to be going next to Cumberland Farms,
Okay.
right downtown. Something happened, corporate giant trying to
Fucking assholes.
hold the little man down. But yeah, we're still looking actively. We want to be open by like January 1st, hopefully, or the first couple weeks of January.
Oh, awesome.
Catering's big though. I mean,
Catering's still big. We hooked up with Nomad Bakery, and she's supplying us with cornbread, which is very, very delicious.
Alright, so
But we do everything
write
from
that down, Robbie.
we do pigs. We do like pigs, briskets, ribs,
Yeah,
big beef
Nomad.
ribs, St. Louis ribs. Side dishes are smoked bacon mac and cheese, smoked baked beans, coleslaw.
I was gonna say baked beans because that's like my favorite.
what do you serve at Pipe Dream?
We serve we serve pulled chicken, we serve brisket, we serve pulled pork. We've done pigs. We've done pig roast here.
Oh, you guys do pig roast?
Oh, yeah.
That's like one of my favorite memories. My uncle was like an avid hunter and like he's kind of a hillbilly. But he used to do pig roast, and that was like one of my favorite things ever.
Oh, we can. I
Nothing
mean,
cooler than watching a fucking pig roast over a fire for
so
hours.
we smoke them. So we
Oh,
put
yeah,
them
it's
in the
the best.
smoker.
Oh, okay.
And we'll smoke them for depending on the size of the pig. But then when it comes out, it's beautiful mahogany. You dress it, put all the garnishes around it, make it look nice, and then to serve it, you actually, we cut the top, we pull the skin back, but than we're actually serving out of the pig to the actual customer.
You literally can't get it any fresher.
No. Yeah.
He's Italian.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah.
What are your sauces? Your sauces are fantastic too.
We do. We do.
He has his own sauces that are out there everywhere.
Wow, I need a
You
hype
sell
man
the
like
sauces
this.
here?
Are you for hire? He's like, I'll just
I know.
take you around with me. Be
Yeah.
like, this bitch.
I just want him to step out of my
No,
car first,
I
and then
just
I can
care.
walk
I
out.
just care about his business because honestly, he freaking makes good barbecue. Like I'm not just saying that just because he's my friend. He actually does make good barbecue, and his sauces are fantastic. And yes, maybe his hot sauce could be a little bit hotter, but his
I
hot
do
sauce.
like a hot sauce.
His hot sauce hits the general public though. Like it does. Like not everybody wants that. Oh my god, you're gonna burn your tearing. His hot sauce is good. Everything. He makes good fucking barbecue. Like I'm impressed by his barbecue, and I don't get impressed by it much. So
Yeah,
put
we
it
have.
that way.
So we have two sauces we sell retail. Actually in stores, we have one original. It's got a little kick to it, but it's a nice balance. And if you cook with it and glaze with it, then the heat goes away.
What's it called?
It's called Messy Mike's. Just original. It was my
Fantastic,
first sauce. I'm like,
Messy Mike's, man. I love
my first paper out. My
Gotta name it
spicy
after
sauce.
yourself,
We
right?
actually won 5th in the country
Oh shit.
3 years ago for best tomato-based spicy barbecue sauce in the country.
Oh cool.
And then we came in 38th out of 424 in the world.
I think that's
for the
better than
American
I've
rule.
done in anything my whole life. So,
So
although I did win a chili cook-off one.
I came in last.
that.
I came in last
friends.
as a children.
It was at my work.
We did
I
have a
had one of
chili
my
contest
works.
here at Pipe Dream Brewing, and I invited Mr. Mike to be a part of it. But he doesn't know this, and don't tell him. But I told everybody not to
Don't tell him.
because
I actually
he owns a
almost
restaurant, and
entered
it's not fair. He owns a restaurant, and it's not
I
fucking
would
fair.
have come.
No, Mike chili would have beat.
No.
All right,
anyways.
probably.
I wanted you to come because it was
Oh.
good promotion.
You ever
It
heard
was
of
good promotion
Cincinnati
because they'd be
chili?
like, "Oh, Messy Mike's gonna be here."
Yeah.
Okay, that was mine. Mine was like manwich. Okay, so
Mine's-
Curtis loved it.
I did like
It's
it.
fantastic.
Curtis, I'll fire you if you say you like it.
Man, which is good as fuck though.
No, yeah,
So are
that-
you based out of like out of your house or a truck
No,
right now?
no.
Like what's
So, so we have a shared kitchen and dairy right now that we use. It's actually right
Okay.
next to Romano's Pizza, and we're getting a much larger presence this year. We do events, we do corporate, golf outings, we do corporate events, backyard barbecues. Obviously supplying them. Supplying Pipe Dream, and we just want to continue. Same thing, like kind of the same thing with Pipe Dream. It's you can take it any way you look at it, but Pipe Dream can be like like you riding the wave, or it could be you're going through the pipeline and stuff. Just it happens so fast, and it's a passion, and you do it. Same thing with me. We do it not to make money. If money comes, I mean everybody needs to make money, but you do it for the passion. You do it for the love. You do it for people saying thank you very much. Your stuff was awesome. Basically, the same reason why he started brewing. It's the people that you meet along the way that make you successful.
Yeah, I mean, I think the food truck that works through Branch and Blade Street and
Yeah.
Savory.
Oh yeah, they have good burgers.
Yeah, they're amazing, and like now they are the actual kitchen for Branch and Blade, I believe, right? Like they're officially.
Yeah, they are. That's who makes like all their meat.
No, but we won best ribs in southern New Hampshire
Fuck yes.
2 years in a row.
This is
At Smutty Nose Brewery.
Your beef ribs
Oh,
are
I
the
love
best.
Smutty Nose.
Yeah,
Oh,
so they hold a
freaking
rib
beef.
competition every year.
Oh really?
So we won 2 years in a row there, first place.
Oh, fuck yeah. Do you just like
Nice.
this intrigues me because like my 10-year goal is to own a food truck.
Yep.
So the fact that you're like living your dream, making food for people is awesome. You're not living your dream, is that?
Not living the dream yet. I need a space, but go ahead.
I mean, you're in the process of
Yes.
like making that happen.
Yes.
Like you're driving it forward. I think that's awesome.
Yep, we've been in business for this is our 5th year.
Oh really?
Oh, 6 years? Okay, 6 years.
Typical partner.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been 50 years. Oh, it's been 57 years.
But I mean, so basically, like John said, I'm a master electrician. I worked for my father for forever, and then just one day, kind of, just had a thought, and for some reason, she sent me to Texas, and I went to Texas by myself, which I don't like to go anywhere by myself.
You needed a break.
But just having a Texas by myself, it was the best experience I've ever had. I met the best people. I met the people you see on TV, like all the barbecue guys.
Name some names. Name
All the
drop.
competitions.
So,
Mo
Mo
we'll
Queso,
tag them on Instagram. Maybe
no.
maybe we'll get some more listens.
Mo Queso, Robert Sierra, Myron Mixon, Tuffy Stone, Aaron Franklin, Malcolm Reed. I learned from the best people that you could possibly learn from, and I think it was great that I went by myself because I was kind of vulnerable. Because
you're putting yourself out
I'm not barbecue yet. I'm just a guy that is going to a big, huge barbecue established field, and I'm a nobody. So for me to talk to people and actually get in with people, and they don't even know who I am, but they took me in under the wing because they saw it by myself. They saw the way I talked and the passion that I had. That's what it's about. Passion, and they took me under the wing.
Yeah, I'm sure they were happy to help
They
out.
trained me, and I'm trying to bring all that here. So,
It's a lovely community.
it's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood.
Exactly.
It's family. It's brotherhood. It's a living. It's family.
It is family. It's kind of like the beer family, too. I feel like everybody just kind of knows each other and eventually...
Exactly. You're all going to help each other out.
Yeah.
You're all going to give each other advice. I mean, there's no secrets, basically, in barbecue. I don't know what there is in beer, but I'm guessing it's the same thing. But,
Yeah.
I mean, people aren't going to tell you everything, but they're gonna tell you as much as they possibly can. And, that's what's cool about barbecue. It's when you go to a competition or when you go to an event or whatever, it's a party with great food, great people, and, you're obviously usually drinking
Of
beer.
course.
So,
They go hand in fucking hand.
exactly.
But you mentioned that you have a podcast also.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we do a podcast. It's on Tuesdays at 5 o'clock from 5 to 5:30 called Pit Life Barbecue. And you can find it on, Podbean, Stitcher.
Oh, that's our hosting site too.
Basically all the major, players. You can find us on there.
Where
And
we
we
find
talk-
podcasts, find them.
Yeah, and we talk about everything barbecue and, anything you talk about around the pit. Not just barbecue, but life in general. Everything.
Awesome. Well, that just about wraps it up for this episode of the Brew Reviews. I want to thank everybody, including Jon, from Pipe Dream Brewing in Londonderry, New Hampshire. It's been an amazing time. You can find the Brew Interviews on our Instagram account at The Brew Interviews or on Twitter at Brew Interviews. You can also send us an email at thebrewinterviews@gmail.com or on Twitter at Brew Interviews. And you can find us on our Facebook under The Brew Interviews. If you feel so inclined, you can head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/thebrewinterviews and become part of the Brew Interviews family, just like these few people. We have Hillary, Mitch, Steph, Karen, Danny, and Jess. Thank you very much for supporting the show. Also, be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. It really helps us out. Where can they find Pipe Dream Brewing?
Londonderry, New Hampshire, 49 Harvey Road, 03053.
Awesome.
Londonderry, baby.
Do you have any social media that they can find you on?
Oh, yeah, you can find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram. We have a little bit of Twitter, but it's more like
Twitter
Instagram and
fucking is
Facebook.
so hard to keep up with.
Instagram,
Twitter
Facebook. Instagram, Facebook. That's where it's at.
I would also like to thank Messy Mike. I'm assuming from Messy Mike Barbecue. Is that the exact name?
It's Messy Mike's Barbecue, yes, correct. We have a website, Messy Mike's Barbecue, BBQ. You can do BBQ, barbecue with a CUEQUE.com. And we have Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff, Messy Mike's BBQ. So,
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you very much. I can eat that shit. Thank you very much to everybody who came out to be on the show.
Thank you.
For the Brew Interviews, I'm Robbie.
And I'm Lauren.
I'm John.
And I'm Mike, Messy Mike.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Cheers.
This has been the Brew Interviews, a podcast about craft beers coast to coast with Lauren and Robbie.
Oh, you're both beaver eaters?